You want to know how to rank in AI. You've heard that your ideal clients are searching for you in ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Gemini, and you want to know how to rank. Some of your competitors are ranking, and you want to know how to get your business to rank. I'm Dr. Jennifer Gardella, CEO of the Gardella Group, and I can help you get there. So I do blogging, social media, and newsletter writing for small business. And I've been doing this for over 10 years. And right now, all of my clients are ranking in ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, and Google and Gemini for their expertise. So what I'm saying is that it's possible, but you really need to take a hard look at your digital marketing program. So, what's typically happening out there in the world, and this is the first step in understanding how you rank, there is a movement of people no longer searching just in Google search, but they're asking for help from AI for the goods and services that they're looking for. So it's estimated that in 2026, typical SEO search using a search engine like Google is going to drop about 25%. That's pretty substantial. I was just on the call with a prospect, and as I always do, if I don't know them, I say, "How did you find me?" And they found me because in the office they wanted to find a digital marketing expert who worked in their particular vertical, who had expertise in their vertical. And ChatGPT produced for them my name. ChatGPT also explained why. Besides my strong web presence, it was able to point to digital marketing presence, meeting Google, and my Google business profile. It pointed to numerous podcast episodes that I had done and really strong social indicators. So you need that strong website presence. But now what it's really looking for is that presence backed up by backlink and social indicators. Now, I know some of you are rolling your eyes because you're like, I don't want to do this. And I understand that. But if you want to rank, this is exactly how we need to do it. So again, the first step is to understand, how does AI rank you? So AI is fundamentally changing search. Traditional search at SEO, what we've been preaching for years, is important, but relies on keywords. Divorce attorney, Chicago. How much money am I going to get in alimony? Now with AI, it actually crawls a little differently. So it's going out there looking for additional expertise, and has the ability to synthesize and evaluate and make judgment calls about whether you're an actual expert. So just telling everybody that you're an expert in your particular demographic isn't going to work anymore. Now you really need to show authority and that you understand how your ideal clients are searching. So they don't go into AI and just say, I need a divorce attorney in Chicago. They may go in and say, I need a divorce attorney who understands divorcing a narcissist. And these are the 5 things he's already done, and I need an expert. So keyword density alone is not enough. Your content, what's on your website, must be explicit. It also must be authentically explained by you. It must be original and authoritative and well sourced. So that's the first step. That's what AI is looking for. So understanding how you rank is critical. Believe it or not, the second step is to stop using AI generated content. Everybody is doing it. And as soon as people started writing blogs with AI, I said, oh my gosh, we have a problem. I don't care how well written your prompt is, AI cannot be you in a blog post or social media post. And again, as everyone has heard me say, no one talks with emojis or checklists. So stop all that, right? Don't put social media posts out there that have emojis in them. AI also, not only does it lack nuance in your personality, it lacks original thought. There are some experts out there that say using AI is a race to mediocrity. So be very careful how you're using AI. I can help you use AI responsibly. In fact, in your social media hour, I have a whole course on it. AI also detects AI generated content, and it discounts it because it knows that you are not an expert. So you absolutely have to make sure that it's your words that go into it. And I know that this takes time and is really annoying, but you don't have a choice. There's an not old, but there's a recent acronym of Google, which I never really liked. Don't tell Google, but it's called the EAT acronym EEAT for valuable content. You need to show your expertise, you need to show your experience, you need to show your authoritativeness, and you need to continually show that you are trustworthy. AI doesn't just want to recommend you because you have the right things written into your website. AI wants to recommend you and really help the searcher. So your digital presence must continue to show your experience with specific examples of how you have helped your clients. You need to be able to explain and demonstrate that you have expert insider knowledge and that you are an authority by having other credible sources point back to you. And then you need to be trustworthy. So you need accurate and consistent information across all the other platforms. This absolutely cannot be faked. This is what we talk about when we talk about authentic content. The next piece is that your owned content is the foundation of this work. What do we need by that? Your website and your blogs. So websites and blogs are becoming critical again. Now, I know one of the things that tends to happen is experts come in and say, oh, you don't need a blog or you don't need a website, you just need a newsletter. That's because they want to sell you something. The truth is, you're always going to need a website. And if any of this search continues, you're always going to need a blog to highlight your digital presence, to highlight your expertise. On your owned assets, that is where you really emphasize the depth of your knowledge. That's where you build a body of content that AI can truly evaluate. You can do that through website pages. You can do that through a blog. I do it both ways. You in those pages, though, gone again are those keywords. What we need to focus on now is the actual phrases that your ideal clients are searching on. So it's just not the keyword phrases, it's what are they genuinely worried about. And if you click the link to go to the blog, I outline a whole example there. So the surface level keywords will still matter as long as Google search is around. But now we need to go deeper. We need to build your authority. Speaking of building authority, nothing builds authority like backlinks. What experts are linking to your work? That can include news articles, it can include earned media, industry publications, academic institutions, blogs, so you guest blogged or someone referenced you in a blog, a forum, a link to a panel that you've been on that links to your profiles, your social media platforms, others linking to you, podcast guesting, this is where it all happens. All of that counts significantly when AI looks to evaluate you externally as an expert. And to that end, your digital assets must look like expert level work. So your content needs to be easy to read, like you're explaining it well. It needs to be well organized and structured. Again, you've heard this for years. You need to also create assets that experts create. So AI knows what experts in your field typically have on their website. And so it wants to see those baked into your content as well, with original insights, how-to guides, and practical resources to help others. That information must have a strong architecture. So it must link to each other. It must be easily spelled out in a comprehensive way. And your content must provide real value. And again, AI written content does not provide real value. The next thing we want to look at is across your presence, your digital footprint must be aligned. Your website bios, your author bios, your speaking bios, social media bios, even when you podcast when you're a podcast guest, that bio, they must tell the same story and share the same expertise everywhere. AI values that consistency and looks at that as an indicator, which we've been preaching for years because that's exactly what search engine optimization, SEO, is claiming as well. So you want to make your expertise easy for AI to understand. Who are you? What's your specialty? And who's talking about you? Now, Another great step to take is to actually see where you rank in AI now. Now, I have been dealing with people, business owners, searching for themselves for years, and I know that this can be very stressful. And just like when you search for yourself in Google, you actually can do significant damage to your reputation in Google if you just continually search for yourself. Plus, your blood will boil over, your blood pressure will go up, and you'll probably wind up yelling at the person that is or even is not responsible for your marketing. So I recommend going into Google, opening up an incognito window, and opening up ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, one of the AI tools. And then, this is a little tricky, but you have to act like one of your ideal clients. So what I want you to do is think like your ideal client. They are not going into AI looking for a divorce attorney with 25 years experience who went to Harvard. They want to know how you're going to protect their children. They may be wondering, how do I get my ex-husband to conform or to obey, to follow the custody schedule, whatever. So go in and see who's being ranked for that. So you're going to ask, I need an attorney to help me enforce my custody schedule. Take it down a couple notches. My ex-husband is not enforcing the custody schedule. Can you help me? Who should I turn to? This is what they're asking. So go back and see who ranks, and don't get upset. Remember, AI can also help you fill in the gaps. Next, ask AI, why didn't you rank me? Why didn't you rank my website? This was actually a great idea. And AI can then share with you why it didn't rank your website. It will say, well, your website doesn't have this content on it, or I have no idea that you did that. So go in and then ask AI to help you with a content strategy to ensure that the right terms and phrases are baked in. Because remember, AI is out there constantly learning. It doesn't matter what platform you're using, it's using ongoing learning to build its language models. So you can then really capitalize on that by saying, well, what do I have to do to get you to rank? Now, next up, don't flip out. What you want to do is you want to start this slowly. So you want to start blogging and writing really strong social media posts. You want to make sure that you are visible, verifiable, and that the work that you share, the expertise that you share is substantive. We are not sharing fluff here. We want to know exactly how you help. And then what you do is then you're going to dip your toe in and say, okay, I need to get on a podcast. What does that process look like for me? And when you're on the podcast, what does the process look like of sharing it? Right? So we can work together. I would recommend you book a call with me so we can work together to get this sorted out for you. So you understand the work that has to be done. So yes, I work with clients. We do this day in and day out. My team and I do this day in and day out. We write your blog, social media, and newsletters. I also have a new program called Your Social Media Hour, where we teach you how to do this for yourself if you don't have the budget or if you really want to just get started on your own. Best next step is to book a call with me. My link will be in the comments so that we can start to at least make small, or I should say, come up with a small action plan of your first steps. So if you have any questions or comments at all, please leave them in here or get in touch with me off my website, www.thegardellagroup.com. Thanks so much for your time. I will see you out there ranking in AI.